Hey everyone, so before anyone asks, yes, I was able to pre-order one, so I'm good on that. And the second thing I want to mention is this is the third or fourth time I have to redo this damn video. Ugh. But anyways, I decided to do this overview video because my original video, which was over an hour long, was my full initial reaction to the PS5 event that went down on September 16th, 2020, but the audio levels were all wrong, and it's just not worth uploading to YouTube because you will not be able to hear what I have to say about the stuff that got shown. So I figure if I just do a quick overview video, I could just quickly go through each of the games that were shown and give my opinions on those, as well as the pricing of the system and release date and all of that. So let's just get right into it to get through this quickly. First of all, they showed Final Fantasy 16, which was demonstrated on the PC. I think they showed that in the fine print at the beginning of the screen. It said running on a PC, but it will also be available for PS5. And judging by the character models and some of the styles of the characters in the game, it does look like it will be another MMO Final Fantasy game, which is fine, but the MMO Final Fantasies are not for me. So it's going to be very much like a Final Fantasy 11 and Final Fantasy 14. I'm more into the single player, heavily story driven Final Fantasy games, so I will most likely be waiting for Final Fantasy 17 whenever that comes out. After that, they showed more of Spider-Man Miles Morales, which looks incredible running on a PS5. And so far I have no complaints about that game. It looks great. My only concern, though, is that I hope it's not a 6-hour long game. I hope it's at least a 9 to 10 hour long game. I mean, come on, Miles Morales deserves that much for his own game. But yeah, it looks great. The graphics, the lighting effects, everything, the way the character moves, and the combat, of course, looks just as enjoyable as the first Spider-Man game that came out on PS4. And that is definitely a day one title that I will most likely be interested in playing. Alright, so the next thing they showed was a Harry Potter game called Hogwarts Legacy. I have no nostalgic connection to Harry Potter, never read the books, never watched the movies, and never played any of those Lego video games that got released for, I think, PS4 or PS3. I can't remember which system they released for, but from what I've seen, it looks pretty badass, and I'm not even a Harry Potter fan. So, any Harry Potter fans out there, hey, you guys are getting a kick-ass Harry Potter game on next-gen system and PC. I believe they did mention it will be running on PC as well. But I don't know if it's something I will check out on day one. It looks like something I might wait for a sale to, show up sometime later in the future. I'll wait for the pricing, the pricing to go down. After that, they showed gameplay of Call of Duty Cold War. Well, it looks nice running on next gen, but it's Call of Duty. And if anyone has been playing Call of Duty games for years knows how stressful online multiplayer can be. I gave up on Call of Duty years ago. Last good Call of Duty game I played was Modern Warfare 2. And I kind of gave up after that, but I sort of got back into it with Black Ops 2. And then after I played the online multiplayer of that, I was like, yeah, I think I'm done with Call of Duty for good, for the rest of my life. It's just no longer a game for me. I mean, I enjoy the single player aspect of it, and maybe the zombie mode, but when it comes to the multiplayer, when you run into a lot of lag and people cheating, it's not fun. But anyways, if you are a Call of Duty fan, or if you are a gamer who still happens to play Call of Duty, hey, the next one, called Cold War, is coming out on launch day for PS5 and Xbox Series X, I believe. And I'm not sure if they're going to do this at launch, but I did hear something about a free upgrade to next-gen version if you buy the current-gen version. So if you get, like, Call of Duty Cold War for PS4, put it into PS5, and it'll automatically update, or you get to download the PS5 version? I don't know how that works. Don't know too much of the details about that, but I did hear some things. Alright, so after that they showed Oh yeah, they showed more Resident Evil 8, but not too much, just more teases here and there of the location you'll be in this time and some of the characters. It looks bizarre to me. It looks really bizarre, but it looks like they're taking or trying to take the atmosphere of Resident Evil 4 and combine it with the gameplay of Resident Evil 7, which is not a bad thing. And I might dig it. I mean, Resident Evil 7 was a good return to survival horror, since they went the action route with, well, no, there was some horrific moments in Resident Evil 4. I would say they went full action. Resident Evil 5, 6, yeah, 5 and 6 was mostly all action. It wasn't really scary. But then when 7 came out, that was a huge surprise. And yeah, I'll definitely be checking it out in 2021, if it does not get delayed, of course. Also, if you wait a few seconds after the title drop, they showed like some character speaking about a local shop or window shopping. I'm assuming that's going to be the new merchant, or maybe it's the same merchant from Resident Evil 4. I don't know. We might get more of that, hello, stranger. What are you buying? What are you selling? So, Yahoo. Alright, so next up, they showed more of Deathloop, which looks like a very unique first-person shooter with, well, a very stylistic first-person shooter, but it kind of reminds me of Fortnite just a little bit, and I hate using that word when comparing video games, but it does kind of look Fortnite-ish in a way. But it does look uniquely fun, but not for me, so I will not be playing that game. And they revealed Devil May Cry 5 Special Edition, which will be downloadable as a digital-only title on day one of the PS5 launch. And the thing that makes this version special is that you get to play as Virgil. And I think that's awesome, because who doesn't want to play as Virgil? And I've been a Devil May Cry fan since the original game. But I am kind of 50-50 on the special edition here. Like, I already have the game for PS4. Do I really want to spend full price on it again just to play as Virgil? If the price is right, maybe. You know, if they say, hey, special edition for Devil May Cry 5 is $30, then I'd be like, okay, that's worth it. But if it's like a full $60 or $70 even, I'd be like, nah, I'll wait for a sale. I'm good. Alright, so the next thing they showed was Oddworld Soulstorm, which, if you are very familiar with Oddworld games, you pretty much have a good guess with how this one is going to play or function. It looks fun. It looks like it's going to be filled with a lot of comedic moments and maybe a lot of particle effects filling up the screen, which I'm assuming the PS5 can handle. If it can't handle, you know, a lot of stuff happening on screen and it ends up slowing down the frame rate, then that's going to be a major yikes. Anyways. Oh, alright, yeah, the next thing they showed was Five Nights at Freddy's, which I have no interest in that ever since the original game came out. And I do have fond memories of when the original Five Nights at Freddy's came out, because I remember a bunch of YouTubers were acting like that game was scary, and they were screaming into camera, and now most of those YouTubers are famous, but I was like, really? You guys are scared of this game? Like, you find this game scary? Like, oh, okay. Whatever, I'm not knocking anyone who likes it, but it's just not my thing. But anyways, that will be coming to PS5. Demon Souls, which I'm happy that they showed more gameplay from that, because that's one of the games I was curious about. It looks fantastic. Like, wow. Like, I jumped into the Souls genre, started with Bloodborne, and then I jumped over to Dark Souls 3, but I never played the original Demon Souls, so if anyone could kindly inform me or educate me what differences or similarities there are between Demon Souls and Dark Souls, because I never played Demon Souls, so this remake is actually a good remake for me to jump into, and it looks so good running on a PS5. And from what I've seen of the release dates of these launch games, it looks like it will be a launch title, and I will be interested, or interesting, or yeah, I will be interested. Sorry, I will be interested in playing that game at launch, and dying a billion times, of course. All right, so after that, what did they show? Oh, Fortnite. Yeah, Fortnite. Well, if you like Fortnite, is coming to the PS5, but I don't know anyone in their right mind who would want to buy a next-gen console just to play Fortnite. So anyways, moving on. PS Plus subscription service is sort of getting a upgrade. Or some improvements where you'll get access to a bunch of the PS4 library of first-party and maybe some third-party games. So it wasn't quite clear how they're doing that. If they're doing like 2 free games per month like they're doing now with the PS4, or if you are already subscribed with PS Plus, you get instant access to a crap load of titles that you get to download and play, and these are titles that you most likely already played or already own. For example, Uncharted 4, Bloodborne, Horizon Zero Dawn, Persona 5, Until Dawn, and God of War. So yeah, you get instant access to all of that with the new PS Plus. I'm assuming if you are a PS Plus subscriber already on the PS4, I assume that's going to carry over to PS5, I would hope. All right. So they did reveal the price and release date, but first I want to mention God of War, which was a small tease. No gameplay, just Kratos talking, and it says Ragnarok is coming, which I'm excited about because, slight spoiler alert for those who have not played God of War, but Thor shows up at the very end, so you get to fight him in the next game, and possibly Odin. So I am hyped about that, and they mentioned it will be possibly a 2021 release. I would not be surprised if it ends up getting delayed, because we all know how these things go sometimes. Alright, so now let's get to the pricing and release date. So, the basic console with the disc tray will be $499. That's around basically $500. And the digital version will be $399, which is $400. And these will be released on November 12th in the US, Japan, Canada, Mexico, Australia, New Zealand, and South Korea. And what I found interesting is they have a second release date for November 19th. And all it says is that that release date is for the rest of the world. So November 12th in US, Japan, Canada, Mexico, Australia, New Zealand, South Korea. November 19th for the rest of the world. So I don't know if that means they're going to sell half of their stock on the 12th first, and they're saving the rest of their stock for the 19th. I don't know. I don't know what they plan on doing with that. But yeah, I called it $500 for the base console with the disc drive, and I did mention for the digital version it's going to be anywhere from $300 to $400. And it is going to be $400. Me, I'm still a physical collector of video games, so I will be going with the disc version, of course, and I was able to get lucky and pre-order one. And the way that this whole pre-order release went was a major clusterfuck, because a lot of people got screwed over, and a lot of websites were crashing. I knew this was going to happen. I knew all of the retail websites were gonna just crash at the same time, which I'm shocked, because I hear all this talk of certain gamers that don't prefer the PS5, they want the Xbox Series X or Series S, and they said the PS5 has no games, the PS5 is not going to sell well, and yet it's just selling out in a matter of minutes. Also, another clusterfuck of pre-order releases, the new graphic card, I forgot what it's called. It was the new GTX. I'm gonna have to look that up real quick. Or is it the RTX? Is that correct? Is that the one that's being released for PC? Is the RTX 3080, and I believe there's a 3090 coming out? Well, anyways, I'm not sure if that's the correct one I'm looking at, but yeah, I heard that got sold out within 3 seconds. So PC gamers are pretty pissed off right now. PC gamers and console gamers. But yeah, I guess that's all that got covered during this PS5 event for September 16th, 2020. So my only question is, going into this next generation of gaming, what is your platform of choice? Are you guys going to go with a PS5, Xbox Series X or Series S? Or do you guys plan on sticking with your PC and upgrading to the new graphic cards? Or do you plan on buying the new 4K Switch that's being teased, or I'm hearing rumors about, but I don't know if it's true? So yeah, that's my question to you guys. Going into this next generation of gaming, what's going to be your platform of choice? PS5, Xbox Series X, the new Nintendo Switch, or are you sticking with PC? Me, I've always been a very satisfied console gamer, I guess you can say. I never really got into the PC gaming lifestyle. So, of course, I'm going to go with the PS5. And as for launch games, most likely will be Spider-Man Miles Morales and Demon Souls remake. And yeah, that'll be all. I mean, I'm still enjoying my Switch, so I'm still getting... there will still be plenty of games releasing for that, just in case if, there's nothing coming out for PS5 and there's some downtime and I feel like playing something, I could just hop over to my Switch and, play new games on that. So it's a win-win for everyone.